For 6 years, Kit Harington has carried a secret weight. Every interview, every press junket, he's had to defend Game of Thrones Season 8 while knowing how much fans hated it. He smiled through the criticism, the memes, the endless mockery of Jon Snow's "She's my queen" line. But last night on The Late Show, that 6-year dam finally burst. First of all, don't forget to like and subscribe to our video. And don't forget to write to us where you watch this video. The Late Show theme music faded as Stephen Colbert welcomed his guest. In his navy suit and red tie, he looked every bit the confident host. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest spent nearly a decade playing Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. Now he's back with A Tale of Two Cities and Industry Season 3. Please welcome Kit Harington. The audience erupted as Kit walked out in a sharp navy suit. At 38, he still carried that Jon Snow intensity as he settled into the guest chair. "Kit, great to have you here," Colbert said warmly. "Thanks for having me, Stephen." So, A Tale of Two Cities. You're playing Sidney Carton, one of literature's great tragic heroes. Kit's face lit up. "Yes, it's been incredible. Dickens is such a gift. Sidney's journey from cynicism to redemption." Right, Colbert interrupted. "But I think we need to address the elephant in the room." Kit's smile froze. "Which elephant would that be?" "Come on, Game of Thrones. You can't come on this show and not talk about it." The audience laughed. Kit's jaw tightened. "I'm here to talk about my new work, Stephen." "Of course, but the show ended 6 years ago and people are still complaining about how it ended." More laughter. Kit's knuckles whitened on the armrests. "The ending was what the creators intended," Kit said carefully. "A vision that a lot of people hated," Colbert cut in. "Daenerys goes crazy in 2 episodes. Bran becomes king doing basically nothing. And Jon kills the woman he loves and gets exiled. Again. It's more complex than that," Kit said, his voice hardening. "Is it though?" Colbert pressed. "You have to admit it was disappointing." "I don't have to admit anything," Kit replied, his smile gone. Colbert blinked, surprised. "I'm not attacking you personally." "Aren't you?" Kit interrupted. "You invited me here to talk about new projects, but what you really wanted was to rehash 6-year-old complaints about a show I gave nearly a decade to." The studio went quiet. "I think you're being a bit sensitive," Colbert said nervously. "Sensitive," Kit repeated slowly. "So when I object to being ambushed with criticism, I'm being sensitive?" "Everyone talks about the Game of Thrones ending. It's fair game." "Fair game?" Kit echoed, his accent thickening with anger. "Having someone mock 8 years of my life's work before I can even talk about what I'm here to promote, that's not fair." "I'm not mocking," Colbert started. "Yes, you are." Kit's voice rose sharply. "Those aren't observations. Those are punchlines. You're using our work for cheap laughs." Complete silence now. "The show had issues," Colbert tried. "Surely." "Issues?" Kit leaned forward. "The real issue is that everyone has become a fucking expert on storytelling based on their feelings." Colbert's eyebrows shot up. "Kit, no, you opened this door. For 6 years, I've listened to people tell me the ending was wrong, and I've smiled and nodded because that's what you're supposed to do. Maybe there's a reason you've heard those criticisms." Kit's laugh was bitter. People wanted Jon Snow on the Iron Throne. They wanted a fairy tale ending. But that's not what Game of Thrones was ever about. "So the fans were wrong?" Colbert challenged. "The fans got the conclusion the story demanded," Kit shot back. "Then explain it to me." Kit stood up abruptly, startling everyone. "You want me to justify 8 years of character development in a soundbite?" "Kit, sit down." "No, I've been sitting down for 6 years, while people who've never written a screenplay told me my work wasn't good enough." He turned to face the audience. "Do you want to know what Jon Snow's ending means? It means that sometimes doing the right thing doesn't get you rewarded. Sometimes love isn't enough. The people who sacrifice everything don't get thrones. They go back to the beginning, forever changed." The passion in his voice was raw. "That's real. That's honest. And I'm fucking proud of that ending. I'm proud we had the courage to not give people what they wanted, but what the story needed." But when millions of fans are disappointed, Colbert tried. "Fuck your questions about the ending," Kit exploded. The audience gasped. "I'm done defending a masterpiece to people who wanted something else. I'm done apologizing for an ending that was bold and brave. You can't just, I can. Because I'm tired, Stephen. I'm so fucking tired of being the punchline. Do you know how many times someone says, 'She's my queen,' mockingly?" His impression was bitter. That line mattered. And it became a joke. Everything became a joke. And I participated in it because that's what you're supposed to do. Kit walked closer to Colbert's desk. "Do you want to know what happened after the finale? I had a breakdown, a real mental health crisis. Because overnight, what I was most proud of became something people hated. The confession stunned everyone. I checked into a wellness facility. And you know what made it worse? Watching talk show hosts make jokes about it. Watching people like you treat our work like it was a mistake." Colbert's face paled. "Kit, I didn't know." "You didn't know because you didn't ask. You just wanted your viral moment." "That's not fair," Colbert protested, standing. "I'm a fan of the show." "Then act like it," Kit shouted. "If you loved it, you wouldn't have opened by attacking the ending. But to you, I'm just Jon Snow from the show with the bad ending." "I think you're overreacting. I'm reacting appropriately for the first time in 6 years. I'm standing up for myself and for the hundreds of people who poured their souls into that show." He reached for his microphone. "I came here to talk about Charles Dickens, about playing Sidney Carton, a man who sacrifices everything. Instead, I'm defending my past because you couldn't resist the easy target." He unhooked his microphone deliberately. "They deserved that ending. Daenerys deserved to fall. Jon deserved to pay the price. Bran deserved that throne because he didn't want it. If people can't understand that, that's their limitation. The audience wants." Colbert tried. "The audience wanted me to defend season 8, and I just did. Properly, honestly." He set the microphone down. "Sidney Carton's final words are, 'It is a far, far better thing that I do.' He dies knowing he did right, though it cost everything. Jon Snow ends the same way. That's why it's perfect." "You don't have to leave," Colbert said quietly. "Yes, I do. Because if I stay, I'm saying it's okay to treat actors this way, and it's not." He looked directly at Colbert. "I used to respect you, Stephen, but you're just another host chasing viral moments, and that's disappointing." As Kit turned to leave, he addressed the audience. "To anyone who worked on Game of Thrones, what we made was extraordinary. We changed television. If people can't appreciate that, that's their loss." Then to Colbert, "Hosts who think actors are just content, we're artists with dignity. We deserve respect, even when our work isn't universally loved." With that, Kit Harington walked off The Late Show, leaving behind a stunned audience and one of the most memorable moments in late-night television history. Colbert stood there, his mask crumbled. "Well, folks, that was intense. We're going to take a break." But everyone knew this wasn't something a commercial break could fix.